Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. I will discuss a practical shaila that was brought up, and it's brought in today's Shalos Teshuvos Sfarim, and see how it's mentioned in Shulchan Aruch in a different form, how we can relate it to our shaila. That is, I need a car, so I borrow a car from my friend. I go shopping, I do whatever I have to do. Sure enough, I park in a illegal parking spot, or a no parking zone, or the meter ran out, and I get a ticket. I get a parking ticket, and I forget to pay the parking ticket. And the question is that could the person who I borrowed the car from have rights to claim from me to pay for the ticket? Now, so you're thinking, of course. I caused him a damage. Hold it. We'll see what type of damage this is considered, and if halachically there is a obligation for me to pay. Case number one. Case number two is I'm taking a ride in a car with my friend. My friend is driving, and we get stopped. A police officer pulls us over, and he gives my friend, the driver, a ticket. Why? Because the passenger, is not wearing a seatbelt. And the question becomes, he gets a $50 ticket, a $100 ticket. Could he turn around to me and say, "Mister, you caused me a $100 fine, pay up"? Or is there any way around this? Obviously, when you're hearing the shaila, you're thinking to yourself, it's not even a shaila. It's a direct damage. When you hurt somebody, you have to pay up. Listen to a halacha in Choshen Mishpat, Siman Kuf Chav Ches, Seif Beis. The halacha says like this: Mi shenitfas al chaveroi, v'lokach akum memoinoi beglal chaveroi. What happens like this? Reuven owed a goy money, and somehow Reuven was avoiding it. Reuven wasn't in town, and the guy ran out of patience. The guy was a bully. And the guy says, you know what, Reuven is not here. I'm going to go take the money from his neighbor. I know his friends. I'm going to bully my way and get my money. I want my money back, and I'll take it away from his friend, and his friend will go claim it back from Reuven. So here comes Shimon, and Shimon just lost $1,000 because the bully guy went and took the money. But why? And what reason? For what reason? Because Reuven owes him money. So the Shulchan Aruch says, if there is a yid that was taken advantage from, if a yid lost money because a guy took it away, biglal chaveroi, ein chaveroi chayev l'shalim. Reuven does not have to pay. Why? Because we consider this, you have to understand, if I personally, b'yadayim, my hands, go over to your property and damage something of yours, I'm obligated. A garbi, a gram, a cause, an effect, a ricochet effect, or a lot of things could happen. If the guy went around and did it on his own because of me, I can't, obviously, if I want to be a nice person, a good person, I should maybe, b'din shamayim, settle with you. But is there a claim against me because of what the guy did against me to you? That's between you and the guy. That's what the halacha says. But there is an exception to the rule. And the Shulchan Aruch, the Mechaber, goes on, Ein lecha mi shenitvas al chaveroi. There is no case where somebody loses money because of his friend, and chaveroi, and the friend will have to pay, chutz min hanitfas mipnei hamas hakotzuv. The only exception to the rule is, they say the Goyish statement is that three things are for sure, two things are for sure, death and taxes. So here's taxes. Mas hakotzuv al kol ish v'ish. When it talks about the community tax that the government gives, the Paritz gives, and the Paritz says, I'm getting from this community X amount of dollars, and we're going to split it up. Each individual, each household has to give a certain amount. If somebody disappears, if somebody doesn't give his fair share, and because of that, the mas hakatziv, the person in charge of the tax, takes double or extra from somebody else, over there, chayev l'shalem loy. Then if I didn't give my fair share, I have to pay for what was taken away from my friend. What's the difference? The difference is obvious. The system is set up that way. It is known that in the case of the tax, they give a communal tax, this is what's going to happen. The government the Paritz is going to get his money. And it's known. If somebody sneaks away, the Paritz is going to get the money from the friend. So because it's a known fact, I'm responsible for that loss that my friend got because of me. Whereas the previous case, where it's not a mas hakasuv, it's not a fixed tax, it's just an individual acting as a bully, it's not a sure direct damage that I caused. Again, if I want to be a nice guy, if I want to be a sincere person, I should take care of it. But halachically, an obligation I don't have. So let's go back to our original shaila. The original shaila is like this. When I borrow my friend's car, I know that for parking tickets, the government is not interested in chasing down people. The government's not interested in chasing down people. They know that a car is parked illegally. They summons the car. They give a ticket to the car owner. It's like the mas hakatzuv. They're not interested in individuals. They want their money. And whatever it takes, and they found one person liable for everything taking place in that car. Uvachein, it's like the mas hakatzuv. If I get a parking ticket, I have to pay. Whereas some achreinim today say, if because of me not wearing a seatbelt, the driver gets a ticket. Now, by the seatbelt, it could be that it's not even my obligation. It's not the obligation for everybody in the car to wear a seatbelt. It's an obligation of the driver to make sure that everybody in his car is safe. So he didn't do his job. He hurt himself. If he hurt himself, obviously, if I want to be a nice guy, I could help out. I could pay for it. But he cannot take me to Beis Din as a direct claim of a damage that I caused him.